I want to talk about swing trading versus like scalping. Like I've done both, and I feel like it gets confused with like what's the best way to go, what's the best direction. It's going to count on two things. One, it's going to be personality type is a big part of it, because some people personally just can't wait for trades to play out. However, there is yet another section to that, which is, do you actually have the time luxury? Do you have time to be on the chart at, let's say, the peak times of the day? Do you have time to be at London Open? Do you have the time to be at New York Open, which is the most volatility time of where you can get the most moves on the lower time frames? For example, like 5 minute, 15 minute, maybe 1 hour and 1 minute, right? Those are the sort of lower time frame intraday trading sort of zones you're going to be going after. So if you have that time, then fantastic. Let's say you work from home. Scalping is where you can do that, because you haven't got a boss over your shoulder like staring at you going, what are you doing this for, blah 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 blah. Like when I was at work, I was trying to do this. I didn't have that time luxury. I was on the lower time frames. I got in trouble for being on my phone at work, and yeah, just kept getting disciplinaries, and it wasn't good. So I don't recommend it for you guys who are in the same situation. If you have a 9 till 5 and you're in the UK, like, it kind of sucks if you want to trade the lower time frames. I was jealous of the New York guys or the American guys who could, let's say, want to trade London Open, but they could do that at like 3-4 o'clock in the morning. Yes, it's a long day, but at least you get that slot where you're not at work. Like, that is a long day. Obviously, being up at 3 o'clock in the morning and not finishing till, let's say, 6 o'clock at night, that's a long day. But it was still an option. For me in the UK, it was London Open was when I started work, which is at 8 o'clock in the morning. So it's like, I miss all the nice volatility times. I didn't have a choice. So I was trying to force that with my job. And yeah, I just kept getting in trouble. My trading wasn't great. It wasn't, one, I was more stressed at work because I was in more trouble. I was being watched more. I knew that. And then that was affecting me making rush decisions maybe before I got into work, and just sort of hoping what I was seeing was going to happen rather than waiting for confirmation. That was the thing that was kicking me in the bollocks when I was at work on the lower time frames, is I was guessing the confirmation because I didn't have that time luxury. So if you're in that situation and you're in that cycle, it's not worth it, especially if you're in the UK. Go for the higher time frames. So for example, if you're, again, I'm going to use the UK as a reference here, 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. are the two candles you're going to get in a 4-hour time frame. So if you have some time, but not all the time, I get some people have different jobs. Let's say they're driving, they ain't going to have this time slot. If, you know, you're in construction, it's just not safe to, like, oh, I'm going to stare at my phone in the trade whilst there's like a crane coming past. Again, not good. You're just going to get in trouble, and health and safety, health and safety people are just going to come down in your ass. So in those situations, it's not good. However, if you do, like, I don't know, work from home, or if you have some sort of like freedom on your phone, then you have a candle at 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. So you can look at 10 a.m. if it's not setting up, or it's kind of setting up. Then 2 p.m. when like half one to 3, when that New York Open happens, you can make a decision then on the 4-hour time frame, with like avoiding that sort of like news. The news is going to happen at half one. So you've got half hour after news when that 4-hour candle is going to close, and that should give you a better idea of what the market's going to do next. Like, it's not, your trade isn't going to hit TP that day, right? So that might be a 3-day trade, which isn't too bad in the scheme of things, because the other option, if you don't have that option at all, is you got the daily time frame and you got the weekly time frame. So the daily candle's going to close at 10 p.m. at night. So you've got, before you go to bed, before you go to work in the morning, that's all the time when you need to look at your phone or look at the charts, or however you like to analyze the charts. Some people are different. I prefer to look at a big screen and looking at like my phone to make a decision. That's when you type, before you go to bed, oh, this has happened, I can place my trade now, let's say 11 p.m. when the spreads have gone down with the crossover of the Asian session, or New York close and Asian opening. That's when the spreads have gone down at 11 p.m. for UK people. Then you can make a decision. So then all day the next day while you're at work, you're not looking at your phone, you're not looking for trade entries, you're not worried about it, you're just letting the trade play out then. Or if you still don't have that luxury of going to bed at like 11 o'clock before you go to work the next day, if you work shift patterns or if you work nights and you don't have that, and you're still really busy because in the day you're sleeping because you're working nights, completely get it, then you can trade the weekly time frame. So the weekly time frame, the candles are going to close on a Friday night. You got all day Saturday to look for setups, all day Sunday, and then come Sunday night when the market's open again, then you can potentially place your trades. If you're not available that night on a Sunday, then you can like miss a few hours and do something on a Monday where the trade might be in a better position for you to trade. But those trades particularly are going to take 3 to 6 weeks to play out. So that's where the personality bit comes in, is can you allow your trades, or can you wait, can you be patient enough to allow your trades to take 3 to 6 weeks to play out, to make a trading decision. For me, I can now, but it was very difficult. And again, if you have a 9 to 5 job, if you have other commitments like a family, you got kids to do, they got activities to do on the weekend, you know, you got to take them down and learn how to swim. Like, life is busy for a lot of people. So I feel like if you want to trade, just go for the daily and the weekly time frames. I feel like that, one, your trading will improve just because of the stress is taken out of the situation. Removing that stress factor of like, oh my God, this is the only peak time of the day, I need to trade this now. It's easier on the soul, man. It's so much easier to make a decision when you're not in a scarcity mindset of, I'm going to miss this trade. Or you're scared because you're in a trade, your stop losses is like, let's say 10, 20 pips, but you got FOMC news coming out or some sort of news event. Or let's say you didn't have time to check the news and you're in a position from like 3 or 4 days ago. And now you're worrying like, oh, am I still in? Am I still out? Blah, 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 blah. You don't really have that worry on the weekly and daily time frames, because your stop losses are going to be like over 100 odd pips. Like for me in a weekly time frame, my stop losses could be like 300 pips. But I'm going after like 300 pip take profits. So hence why it takes a long time for the trade to play out. But over that time, you can still do your normal 9 to 5 or your shift patterns or your 40 to 60 hour weeks. And you can still sort your family out. They still come first. So I feel like adapting your trading around your lifestyle currently is better than trying to force a trading lifestyle before you've actually got the time freedom to do it. Like, yes, you may want to be on the charts every day, open the hours, but if you haven't got that luxury now, don't try and force that trading style on now. And again, it all depends on what you want out of trading. For me, obviously it's financial, location, and time freedom. If I'm on the lower time frames, I don't really have the location freedom. Kind of, it depends how you trade. Obviously, if you want to be on your phone, on your laptop, or in an office, and kind of up to you, because maybe it's a bit irrelevant, but you can trade from wherever in the world. So you got that. But also, if you're tied down to those opening time zones, then you have to be on your laptop there. So let's say, for example, you want to be going on holiday or traveling and trading, which is perfectly fine. That's just a beautiful thing. I want to be able to trade on holiday. However, you're going to go to different time zones. So let's say that, oh, London Open now is 3 o'clock in the morning. Let's say you want to go to America for a holiday for a month, whatever reason, but you're still going to trade that time. Or now on your family holiday, you got to wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning to trade. Now, is that something you want to do, or do you want to enjoy the holiday with your family? So again, all this comes into it. But for me, if you're just a normal person working 40 to 60 hours a week, regardless if you have a family or not, but also want to fit in like hobbies, hanging around with your friends, like doing normal life stuff, but you want to trade, daily and weekly time frame, man. That's my personal opinion. That's where I found the least stress. That's where I found the most growth, is the higher time frames. Took out all the stress of life. Well, not all the stresses of life, but the stresses of life fitted in with trading perfectly when I went to the higher time frames. But that's my personal opinion. Let me know what you think in the comment box down below. And yeah, like, share, subscribe. I'll see you tomorrow, guys.